It's your boy Big Baby. Support sporting icons for latest boxing news. Cheeseburger.
Now, I didn't know about this story until I'm watching Bruce Vane's video, so big up to him. That Deontay Wilder, while he was over at Windsor Park in Belfast, Northern Ireland, to watch Tyson Fury take on Francisco Pianeta, he's walking through the crowd and some guy throws beer on him. Or at least we hope it's beer. I mean, you know, I've been to plenty of festivals and events and I've seen beer and all sorts kind of thrown around. Bodily fluids, you name it. So hopefully it was beer. Now, I don't condone this kind of thing at all, but I did predict it because I know British fans. I just, you know, if there's an opportunity to do something, if you really dislike somebody for something that they have done, then people react. Now, this happens to plenty of people. It's not a one-way thing because it's Deontay Wilder. It's not a one-off incident. It happens all the time. Tony Bellew, in his first fight with David Haye, got a beer thrown on him right after he walked out the tunnel. I'm talking a full pint of beer. And Tony Bellew, again, he knows that this kind of thing happens. He just took like a little bit of a lick off of it and he turned around to the guy and said, "Thank you very much." So Wilder, of course, he reacted quite badly by all accounts, and security had to usher him away, and then he put on like a bit of a brave face of it. Now, see, I was wondering why it is that he actually handed his WBC title to Tyson Fury for him to walk around the ring with it. That's not something a champion usually does, but he was kind of coy. He was a little bit nervous about getting in the ring, and maybe that was why, because he was getting a little bit of a hostile reception. But on the flip side of that, he showed to be very, very popular. Of course, with Tyson Fury fans over there in Belfast, they're going to be on Wilder's side until these guys fight. Now, as we know, there are a minority of Wilder fans and a minority of Tyson Fury fans who are just blatant haters. And when these set of fans clash, things are going to happen. And we'll see that more and more as time goes on towards the fight. You're going to be seeing it all over the internet. Now, as I said, I did predict this to happen. And for what this guy's reason is, I don't know. But the reason I predicted it is because Wilder, he's very outspoken and he says things without his brain engaging first. Racism pours out of his mouth is what happens. He called UK people the home of racists, and it's in their DNA to be racist. People get offended by that because, first of all, it's not true. Okay, and second of all, it's disrespectful to brand an entire nation as racist. Eddie Hearn is a slave master of a black man. See, these kind of things have no place, especially when you're in the spotlight and you are a celebrity. But you know what? People will react how they react. But as I said, on the flip side, he got a very good reception before fight night. When he arrived there on the day before, at the weigh-in, he was given a very, very good welcome. In fact, he has never had this in his entire career. He can walk down any place in America and these kind of scenes do not happen. He got mobbed, selfies, autographs, you name it. And he must have loved that. Really, really loved it. But because this kind of thing doesn't happen in his own country. So for one incident, I'm pretty sure somewhere along the lines, as soon as the Wilder fan channels find out about this, they're going to be making their videos of racist and, you know, any excuse to be hating is what they're going to be doing. Now, as I said, I don't condone this kind of thing, but I know how many British fans act. As I said, I've seen it, I've been there, I've had drinks thrown over me, and not intentionally because it's me, just because I go to like a lot of rock and heavy metal concerts and festivals, things like that, and people get their cups of beer and they're always plastic, thank God, and they tend to throw them across the crowds and you get splashed with stuff. Sometimes it's beer, sometimes it's not, but I'm hoping that it was beer. Now, as I said, this isn't something that I condone, but I'm not surprised by it. Did he deserve it? Part of me says yes, because of the racial comments that he's been saying. You can't say these kind of things and get away with it. But at the same time, he is there to promote his next fight with Tyson Fury, and he's a guest. You know, he was invited by Frank Warren, and therefore he should have been treated with an element of respect by the fans. But you know what? You can't control people's emotions. It's what happens. Billy Joe Saunders, he hits him with a piece of chicken. These kind of things happen. So, lesson learned, Deontay Wilder. Keep your mouth shut watch what he's saying. It's as simple as that. You seem to have a pretty good fan base in the UK. And yes, Northern Ireland, Belfast, is UK. It's part of the United Kingdom. So when you say something, you may be directing it to England, but the UK as a whole is going to pick it up. And there's going to be some people not too happy about it. So I suggest you really think about what it is that you're saying in future. Stop using Joshua's name all the time. Stop using racism. And everything will be cushy. Right? Anyway, you drop your thoughts below. Click that thumbs up. Subscribe. Oh, actually, I do have a bit of a beef with that guy who threw beer over him. You wasted, by the looks of it, an entire pint. Now, I don't drink alcohol anymore. Not because I was an alcoholic or anything like that. But for me, what you don't do is waste beer. I'm just saying. Anyway, click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.